Hey everyone, Haz here. In today's video, I entered a tournament using DRANZER S. Is it possible to win? Now, a lot of BayTubers and other players say that DRANZER is considered low tier, especially in today's meta surrounded by Wizard Rods, Cobalt Dragoons. But imagine a format that bans these Beyblades to help promote more variety and where DRANZER can actually shine. Enter the 5G tournament, hosted by another fellow BayTuber and friend of ours, Joey. Now, Joey has been playing and creating Beyblade content on his channel along with his social media, so please head over and subscribe to him. Please check him out. Also, Joey has a more in-depth full version of the tournament from start to finish, so if you're interested in that, the link to the video is in the description below. This video will mostly cover my side and my battles in the tournament. I will now explain the format for the 5G tournament. As a start, Wizard Rod and Cobalt Dragoon are banned. Each player has to have 5 Beyblades in their deck, hence the name 5G. The other requirement is that they have to have either DRANZER or Drigger. Players have to reach 7 points to win. Instead of the usual 1 point for a spin finish, it's 2 points. And if your Beyblade gets knocked out of the stadium through the top, or known as the GTFO rule, it's 1 point. We will be playing the Swiss format for 6 rounds. For my deck, I will be running these combos: Phoenix Wing, 160 Rush, Dren Buster, 360 level, Cobalt Drake, 960 point, Shark Edge, 370 flat, and finally DRANZER 560 high taper. Now, the reason why I chose to use 560 high taper on DRANZER is because of 2 things. Number 1, it gives a better outward weight distribution to the build for more stability, and the second reason is the high taper gives slightly more stamina and height with some sort of life after death situation. And because DRANZER is so light, it tends to bounce a lot, and that is very useful when getting out of the overpocket zone when it gets smacked in. Now, DRANZER's role isn't meant to be a hard hitting powerhouse, it's meant to stall, taking pot shots here and there, and then trying to win it through a spin finish. For the tournament, this is my lineup. I'll be starting off with DRANZER, Phoenix Wing, Dren Buster, Cobalt Drake, and then Shark Edge. In terms of the prize pool, the top 3 will get a trophy along with new parts from the sets shown here. So we head over to the venue, did some practice runs with the deck, and then Joey gave a small briefing for the tournament. Right off the bat, my first opponent is Kazu. His deck is more tuned towards being balanced out between attack, defense, and stamina. We start off with my DRANZER against his Dren Buster. With the original concept for DRANZER's build combo in mind, my DRANZER was able to tank the hits and win with a spin finish. Next up is Phoenix Wing against his Silver Wolf. Despite a few strong hits, he was unable to get Silver Wolf out, and I barely managed to win the spin finish. The third match is Dren Buster and his own DRANZER. We get a burst finish. Now it's Cobalt Drake's turn to fight against his Nightmare. And I got self-KO'd. The final matchup has my Shark Edge against his Phoenix. And we win the set with an extreme finish. 1 match down, 5 more to go. The second match has me up against Matt, with his deck having a strong emphasis being aggressive with attack types. We start off with DRANZER and his Nightmare. DRANZER was able to dodge and take pot shots, allowing it to win with an over finish. Next up, he's using Aero Pegasus with me using Phoenix Wing. With Matt using a low flat on it, I try to stall him and take pot shots. We win the match with a spin finish. Next, it's a mirror match with our respective Dren Busters, and Matt gets the extreme finish. The next match has Cobalt Drake against his Tyrannobeat, and we end the set with an extreme finish. The third match will have me against the man and the host himself, Joey. Joey's deck is more towards being a balanced set with attack, defense, and stamina. We start off with DRANZER against his Tyrannobeat. DRANZER is just able to deflect the heavy attack and send Tyranno into the extreme zone. The next match is between Phoenix and his Nightmare. Unfortunately, despite many large hits, Phoenix just dies out of stamina and Joey gets the spin finish. My Drain Buster didn't fare well against his Samurai Saber too, giving him another spin finish. Joey is now up 4 points against my 3. The next match between Cobalt and Garuda is intense, and I was worried that Cobalt might SKO into the over or extreme zone. But I was lucky to be able to get a last minute burst on Garuda. Our final blades for the match, Shark Edge and Trigger. Miraculously, Trigger bounced over Shark Edge and landed itself into Extreme Pocket, winning us our 3rd set. Okay then, so far so good. We're now 3-0. Who's next? My next opponent is Asta, and by looking at his deck, they're mostly defensive and anti-attacking.
Asta vs Haz, first Bay, DRANZER and Samurai Saber.
We launch for our first match and DRANZER SKOs into the Extreme Pocket. Asta gets 3 points for free. We didn't have a mirror match between our Phoenix Wings. We traded blows and we managed to win this round narrowly. The next match has my Drain Buster against Nightmare. And Nightmare is able to counter-attack Drain Buster into the over pocket zone. Using Cobalt Drake against his Tyrant Beat, we barely managed to scrape by with a spin finish. Asta is now up 5 points against my 4 points. Right now it's all or nothing. I have to get a spin finish or an over finish to try to level the playing field, or aim for an extreme finish to just finish off the set. And we lost the set. We now have 3 wins and 1 loss. To be fair, Asta played really well and he just countered me every step of the way, so good job Asta. After that, we head on to our 5th matchup against Nas. Now Nas is also a good friend of mine and he recently just got into the sport, with Joey's being one of his few tournaments to join in. His deck is mainly attuned towards being aggressive with attack types. Starting off with DRANZER and Tyrant Beat, he manages to take pot shots and win the match with a spin finish. The next match between Phoenix and Saber was quick, as I managed to position myself and push Saber out into the extreme zone. However, Drain Buster was again counter-hard by Nightmare's defense and Nas gets the over finish. With Shark Edge and his Silver Wolf, we were able to maneuver around it and directly hit it into the over pocket, winning us the set. The final match of the set has us against Alti. Alti is also another good friend of mine and is actually very good, especially with his Drain Buster. Our first match instantly has our DRANZER against his Drain Buster. Because Alti tends to hardtail his Buster when launching, I try my best to counter launch and get my DRANZER to intercept it. We then have a mirror match between our respective Phoenixes and we traded some good hits here and there. But unfortunately, Alti's Phoenix was able to get the last minute spin finish. The third round has my Buster against Silver Wolf. I try to intercept his stilt launch again, and we get a direct hit to the over pocket. Alti was then able to counter my Cobalt Drake with his DRANZER, sending me into the over zone. We have another mirror match with our Shark Edges, with mine being able to get the over finish. We reshuffle our Beyblades. I start off with Phoenix to try and get an over or extreme finish with his attack capabilities. But Alti is able to get an over finish with a Silver Wolf against it, putting us neck and neck again. We are both 6 points each. My next Beyblade is DRANZER, and Alti his Shark Edge. This is it, DRANZER, our final match to decide the winner of the set. And with that, we've gone 5 wins and 1 loss for Joey's tournament. So after all of that, I was actually placed first in the Swiss rounds. So to be honest, it was a really good accomplishment for me. But then, it's not over. Joey went on to do a knockaround with the top 4 to fight for the real first place. There are currently me, Asta, Nas, and Alti. And my next opponent is Asta. We'll be having a rematch to fight for first place. Nervous, I decided to stick to my usual deck placements. I know Asta has an anti-attacking deck, so I need to be careful. We start off with DRANZER against his Nightmare, and we managed to send it into the over zone. For Phoenix and Samurai Saber, it didn't go so well, and Asta wins the spin finish. Drain Buster was able to get the early burst. Cobalt Drake was up against Fixed Wing, any SKOs, costing me my points. Now, it's my shark gauge against his Trigger. I tried to launch defensively, but because of his... I ended up in the overzone. We reshuffle. That's it. Asta has the lead and my next battle is crucial to try and match with him. I choose DRANZER for my next reshuffle Beyblade and Asta chooses Samurai Saber. We lose the spin finish, and Asta goes on to the next round. Losing to the same person twice sucks, but at least for this time I learned from my previous match and I managed to counter him, but I guess it just wasn't enough. The next match will have me fighting for 3rd place. If I can get 1st place, at least let me aim for 3rd. My next opponent will be Alti. Now that's 2 rematches in a row. With DRANZER against his Buster, Alti changes up his launch style. And I almost got into the overzone, but I manages to bounce out due to DRANZER being lightweight and by his combo design. We managed to draw it out and we get a spin finish. We set out with Grand Buster and Phoenix Wing. We were able to get a clean critical hit, sending it into the over pocket. Next up is Phoenix Wing against the Silver Wolf, and just as it started, they ended quickly with a beautiful extreme finish. And with that, we clinched our spot at 3rd place winners for Joey's 5G tournament, with Asta being placed 2nd and last in 1st. All in all, it was a very enjoyable and hectic experience. All of us were having fun, being noisy, and it's all thanks to Joey hosting this tournament for us. For more content on Beyblades, please support this channel and let me know in the comments if this kind of video format is interesting. So yeah. Alright, see you guys, bye!